Hey, what's going on? This is E-Ray Blitz, and I know it's been a while, but again, life. But I'm back. So today we're going to talk about some of the things that's been happening in the league so far. Now we're on week 6 this week. I already played my match. Probably going to do some review episodes just to kind of go over what's been happening and my thought process between matches. I know I said I was going to do that before and never got to it, but I'm definitely going to get to it now. But definitely let's just go over what's been happening and keep you updated on the PLC. If you've been watching Jay the Homie, he's also been keeping up with the season. He actually films his videos live. I haven't got to that point yet. Maybe we'll get to there soon, but for the time being, I'm just doing reviews over my matches and keeping up with what's been going on as far as records, wins, losses, etc. So let's go ahead and pull up our team. So my team has shifted a little, not so much, but I got a little gimmicks added to the team. I have Tondozo and Tatsugiri here. We already know what that does. I got some cute little strategies with that. Of course, my Houndstone and my Powdon, we already know what that does. We got Hat. Now, Hat is my favorite Pokemon on my team thus far. Growing to be one of my favorite Pokemon overall. So I really love it. I guess the time I'm spending with it, and I play randoms with it and things like that. So I really started to fall in love with Hat as far as a Pokemon, rather than just a team member. If you look at my profile on thing, my train icon is Hatterene. So there's that. I bring it to every match. I have brought it to every match, and I probably will bring it to every match. I really don't care if my opponents watch and know that I'm going to bring Hat. And looking at my team, you should probably expect Hat and figure out a way around it. That's what our league is. So you can see my team, you can see what I'm going to use and plan for it. I'm probably going to bring Hat to every match, unless there's an extreme reason for me not to. So I got Bronzong. Bronzong is great. Does a lot of things great. Has 2 abilities that I really like, and Levitate and Heat Proof that decrease the impact of his weaknesses, so that's great. It does what it does, Trick Room, things like that. Now, I added Frostmoth since the last time I spoke to you guys. Now, I really wasn't big on Frostmoth before, but after playing with it, running some randoms with it, and actually using it, Frostmoth is actually really strong offensively. Like, my team is really weak to Dark. As you see, I have the Houndstone, I have the Hat. Well, not really weak to Dark, but you know, I have Bronzong, I have Gamefreak. So that Bug offensive is great, and the Ice offensive is great. Together it kind of sucks defensively, you know, get hit by Rock and stuff like that and Steel. But you know, with Terra, we can definitely change it. But I haven't really seen a need to Terra it yet. I did have Terra Water on it. I'll probably change it if need be. But it's great. It has a wide guard. So that helps with like rock slides, earthquakes, things like that. Discharges, that blizzard and that bug buzz hits really hard. So I've really grown to like it over the last week. I think I've had it for about 2 weeks. I haven't really I brought it this week though in the week 6 match, but I think I'll be bringing it or finding ways to use it more effectively going forward. I did add Primate since the last time I spoke to you guys, and Primate is great, especially with Rage Fist. Being able to take hits and the damage count is pile on the 50 base power on top of his already 50 base power, making it extremely strong in the long run as long as it stick around. The bad part is Primate is frail, but it does have access to EV light, so that's one thing to take into account. Jump Love really put in a lot of work this season. Very resourceful. Tailwind, Sleep Powder, Rage Powder, Strength Sap. It has a lot of cool tools. That's still here. I don't see any reason I'm going to move it unless someone requests a trade or something like that. But it really helps my team accomplish a lot of the things they want us to accomplish. Now, Gamefreak is really just a gimmick mon, so I picked it up just to beat up besides the Mudsdale. Beat up the Mudsdale. I got it to beat up the Primate to boost Rage Fist up. Has inner focus, so it can't be faked out. So I can just easily just covert cloak the other mon, so we're immune to fake out if I want to do any real stretch. It does have access to Trick Room and things like that, so it's a really utility tool. The way I usually run my teams in these seasons is I have like maybe 1 or 2 slots, 3 at the most, that are just revolving doors. So if you see, if you take a look at the list, what I mean by list is the wire. So the wire has certain mons that are still available to be used. I can swap out every week. And typically I keep my team revolving. So I don't like to stay stagnant. So I would maybe swap out Giraffe with something like Sawsbuck or Frost Slash, depending on what my needs. Floats was good on the wire, so I can pick something like that up to swap it out just to give my team a different dynamic going forward. Of course, Mudsdale. Mudsdale is another one of the mods that I really fell in love with as a mod itself rather than just a team member. Well, currently, I'm sitting at 3-2. I did lose my first match of the season to Brian, which seems to be my nemesis. I can't seem to beat him for whatever reason. And I did lose to Jay Wade, who is undefeated currently at 5-0. The loss to Jay Wade really was just me switching up my initial strategy. Typically, I can pretty much look at someone's team and gather what I'm going to do. So I have an initial instinct on what to bring. And usually the way when late matches, what I mean by late matches is late in the week. So you got from Monday to Friday to schedule your match with your opponent. And late week matches like Friday nights and stuff like that. I spend all week, I try not to think about it, but sometimes I think about it. I'll look at this thing and be like, I probably should be worried about this, or I should be worried about that. And I'll go and I'll change my strategy. I'll change my offensive, my thinking. Usually my initial instinct is usually correct, but I always talk myself out of it. And it's hard to argue against my own logic, so I lost in my logic, and then I lost the match because of that. So if you're playing in like an in-season style like us, then your first instinct is usually the correct one. I have a problem following that advice, my own personal advice anyway. But I give good advice to others. But right now I'm sitting at 3-2 with a plus minus of 4. So again, the plus minus in our season is the amount of Pokemon that you win or lose by collectively over the season. So right now I'm sitting at 4. Next week I play Justin Fleet. Justin's a pretty cool guy. He has a pretty interesting team. He's very witty. He got some cool tricks that he can do with this team. And a lot of gimmicks that are possible to pull off with this team. So I'll probably get to work right away on figuring out what I'm going to do. I think I already have what I'm going to lead with. I just got to figure out the rest of the support. But definitely going to get back on it, creating stuff for you guys. Thank you for tuning in if you have. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.